Every year we face extreme challenges, from natural disaster and hazards. This year of 2020 seems to be one of the most extreme, as disasters and hazards do not only affect a country, but the whole world. In our country, the Philippines, we have experienced numerous challenges like volcanic activity, typhoons, floods, and many more. It has affected our economy, our lifestyle, our approach to education, our healthcare, the government, and the most importantly, we have lost lives. With that being said, how we can protect ourselves? What we can do avoid facing the extreme consequence brought by the hazards? Do we hold a chance saving our lives?
The world has been struck by numerous biological hazards such as the HIV, Ebola, and the most current one, COVID-19. The HIV is a virus that attacks cells that help body fight off infections, therefore making that person more vulnerable to other infections and diseases. On the other hand, Ebola is a deadly disease with occasional outbreaks, primarily occurring on the African continent. COVID-19 is a contagious respiratory and vascular disease caused by a newly discovered strain of coronavirus. Now, let us lean on the geological hazards. Last January of 2020, we experienced a volcanic activity from Taal volcano in Batangas. The volcanic activity was the result of interaction between magma and water. A total of 39 people died as a result of this volcanic activity. According to the Manila Bulletin, people either perished because they refused to follow the evacuation order or decided to return to their homes or died in the evacuation centers of heart attacks caused by anxiety. We also experienced numerous earthquakes from the past months. This includes an earthquake of magnitude 6.4 near Manila, Philippines. That happened on Tuesday morning according to India's National Center for Seismology. The earthquake struck at 5:33 in the morning at a depth of 10 kilometers from the surface. Now let's move on to tsunami. A tsunami is a series of waves caused by earthquakes or undersea volcanic eruptions, which can also happen to the Philippines. The big one is a worst-case scenario of 7.2 magnitude earthquake from the West Valley Fault, a 100-kilometer fault that runs through 6 cities of Metro Manila and nearby provinces. A tsunami is foreseen in the scenario set by the Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology.
Looking at the hydrometeorological hazards, there are avalanches, thunderstorms, or typhoons. Avalanche is a mass of snow, ice, and rocks falling rapidly down a mountainside. Thunderstorm is a storm with thunder and lightning and usually heavy rain. Lastly, a typhoon is a tropical cyclone with winds faster than 74 miles per hour. It is a rotating storm that brings wind, rain, and destruction. Recently, Typhoon Ulysses is the Philippines' 21st tropical cyclone for the 2020 and began to strike Luzon on November 11. The typhoon triggered massive floods, unleashing powerful winds and torrential rain that left neighborhoods submerged. Powers disconnects and people are feeling for aid and rescue. In any event where these hazards are present, we must be ready and prepare ourselves. First, charge your phones and radios so that you can have a source of news if ever electricity will be out. Phones can also be used to call for help or rescue and response. Second, prepare an emergency kit that you can bring with you when you evacuate if things get worse. Third, always listen to the precautionary measure and guidelines set by the government. If the government has ordered us to evacuate, let's evacuate. Know that this is for our safety. and it's better to be prepared. Another thing that all of us can do is share the hotlines and rescue numbers to all of our family and friends, either personal or online message. We can spread the numbers so that if ever they will be needing rescue, they have someone that they can contact and go to. Moreover, we can participate in different groups on social media that promote relief and rescue to the affected areas and see where we can contribute.
These hazards have affected our lives in some way. The COVID-19 has also affected our business. There are many businesses that pulled out their franchises due to restrictions. Because of these rules, more and more businesses are going online. As responsible citizens, we must do our best to prepare. Pay attention to our weather news. Have emergency supplies up to 3 days. Secure windows. Save water in case of interruption. Especially listen to the government for evacuation orders. Let us keep in mind the words of John Wooden. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. With this, we can protect ourselves from the harsh dangers of the hazard.